Hey guys, welcome to a new review. This time it's a new figure review. This is Series 8 Dale. He is from McFarlane Toys and he is of The Walking Dead. Now, he was only in, I believe, 2 seasons of the show, but he now finally gets a figure after his long, spoiler alert, demise. He is a great figure, and I'm going to show you some of his great aspects. Now, there are a few ups and downs with him, but I think there are more ups than downs. First off, let's go over his face sculpt. Now, he is a really good face sculpt here. I don't know if you can tell yet, but the face is sculpted exactly like Jeffrey DeMunn. That's the actor who played Dale. And, the paint is kind of not as good as it could be, but I don't think it takes away from the likeness. There is a slight problem that I do have with the paint, and I think the hair should be a little whiter. Some people say that his eyebrows should be much darker, and maybe. I can't remember exactly what his eyebrows looked like. I've never really stared at his eyebrows, but yeah, that might be something. But he's definitely got this look of horror on his face. Like when he's looking at Shane, when Shane points the gun at Rick, and he's like, whoa. Yeah, he's definitely got that look on his face. We call it Dale face. He's got a good profile. Let's see. Focus. Very beautiful. This is an HD camera. This is a new camera, so it is better. So I can occasionally get a little focus here. And then here's the other profile view. I think this side kind of looks more like him than the other side. I don't know if you can see that, but his sculpt on his body is pretty good, but I think he looks a little too powerful. Like, Dale was kind of really skinny and weak looking with a beer gut, and they sort of made that into a sort of thick, strong looking guy, which would be accurate for the comics, but this is not really accurate for him, the TV show version. But I don't think that is a bad thing because, I mean, it's much better to look at, I think, than a slender, crummy-looking figure that could easily break. He's definitely got a thick body. He reminds me of the Abraham comic series figure, just because he's a little bulky. Now, he does have a beer gut, but yeah, he looks like a bodybuilder that's sort of let loose at one point. He's got a nice Hawaiian shirt on, very well sculpted. It's got nice little details all over it. Very well painted. It's got a wristwatch here. It's painted very nicely. He's got a sort of dirty wash over his white wife beater. That's the technical term for that. And his pants have a wonderful black wash that really looks nice over green paint. And his shoes are kind of just, you know, they're shoes. There's nothing special. His sculpt is the best part of him. And then when we get to the articulation, he has a little bit of a falling down. But he's definitely a nice figure. Here he is with his hat on, which you're probably more used to seeing him with a hat on because it's really his signature thing. Now, the hat can go on in many different ways, actually. If you just turn it every time, you can sort of get a different look. And yeah, I guess those sort of hats, you can actually do that in real life, so I don't know. Very accurate. This is how I like to have it on the most, though. Yeah. Now, he's got a really nice bald head sculpted there. Very nice. I don't know if you can tell, but his hairline is very subtle. It's not like one of those lines they're just drawn across there, painted across. It's sort of faded into the scalp. And then let me grab his accessories here. He comes with this nice chair. This is, other than Daryl's motorcycle, I gotta say this is probably the biggest accessory that a figure has come with. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he can sit in it very nicely. He looks very comfortable, which he should be comfortable because he's always doing watch. Might as well be comfortable while doing it. Comes with binoculars here. But it's got nice paint, and the paint is deep into the textures on there. See that? Got a black wash over the grays and stuff. And oh, by the way, guys, thumbs up for me getting a good camera that can focus. The chair can fold up, but when it's out, it doesn't like pop into place or anything. So it's always a little loose, and if you set something on it wrong, it can just collapse. Yeah, he might. If this was how his chair was in real life, then I'm sorry for him, because he was probably getting backaches trying to keep it from collapsing on him. Anyway, it pops out of these pegs here a lot, and it's a bit bothersome, but it's not a huge trouble. Probably it would be trouble if you were doing like a stop motion with him and didn't want the chair to move. I would suggest you glue it then. But let's go over the accessories with him. As we know, the hat fits on him very nice, and the binoculars, because of his articulation, are hard to get to his face, but they pop into his hand very nicely. And the binoculars are made out of a rubbery plastic, which is good for fitting it into his hand and good for the strap on here. It means that they didn't have to make this a separate piece. It's all one sculpted piece that was made in rubber. And on the front, you can tell these are painted with gloss paint where the glass of the binocular would be, and then it's a matte finish sort of thing there on the regular binocular part. Now I do have the other figure of Rick. Look forward to a review of him coming up soon. And let me go over Dale's box real quick, because I don't know if I did that. Now, because my brother owns this figure, sadly, he ripped him out of the box immediately, so I can't show you what he looked like in the box, but I can show you the box. And here's all the other figures in the wave. I'm going to be reviewing Rick next, and then sometime in the future I'm going to get Morgan. I don't know if I can actually ever afford to get much more of this line, but look forward to it. I might, because both my birthday and Christmas are coming up at some point. Anyway, by the way, like this video for my brother, because he really let me play with his figure here in front of my camera. Yay! And since I've gone over all of his accessories at this point, except for this, I might as well show this. This is sort of a lazy man's accessory, because this is an old sculpt that actually came with Rick from Series 2 first. Then it came with an Andrea from Series 4? Yeah, Series 4. Then it came with the comic series Andrea, so we've gotten this rifle a lot, and I'm very used to it. By the way, speaking of which, this Rick would be the Rick that you would actually put with this Dale, because they're both from the same timeline. This is Season 2 Rick, and this is, like, early Season 2 Rick. And then this is, around that time, Dale. Very nice. They both come with hats, only one's not removable. Anyway, he does not have a rotation here, as far as I can tell. Probably, if you use hot water, you can get working, but mine is very tight. Actually, I've heard that a lot of people have a problem with the tightness of this new series. Some people have broken theirs, like, I saw a guy who's Morgan. His leg came off right here, and I know about that problem because that happened with one of my Daryls. But anyway, let's go over his articulation, starting with the legs. He can do splits, that's amazing. He can kick forward quite a bit. on both legs. Actually, looks like maybe a little more with the right leg. And then the knees get really good bend. Really, one of the best leg articulations so far as I've seen. And because he has this updated leg articulation, this really makes this figure a lot better than it could have been. And he has a little bit of side-to-side movement on his feet. I don't know if that's actually useful at any point, but why not? Yeah. And then let's move up to his arms. They can't go out too far because he's got a lot of jacket that's sort of restricting, and that jacket causes a lot of problems that you'll see soon. He can do a full 360 spin on the arm there. Now we're moving down to elbow. Now, that's where it gets kind of tough because you can't really bend it too much. If you put it in different positions, you can get a little bit more articulation than most positions. Like, from straight here, he can do it about that much. Then if you turn his arm in a little, you can get a little more. Then if you turn his arm a little more, perhaps a little more, then the same goes with the other arm. He can't really get 90 degrees out of either arm, but at best he can get close to that, which isn't bad. I mean, since he's not a character who actually did much shooting of his rifle or anything, it's not like you're really going to get him in those positions anyway. Like, if you're going from recreating scenes in the show with your figures, there's no point where you're really going to show Dale shooting a zombie or anything. So, yeah, he's the inaction man. Really, he should be an inaction figure review here. Really nice figure. I can't get over this figure. If I could buy him for my brother, I would. But my brother loves him so much. He's great for posing. Yeah. Then let's move back to the articulation. He's got full 360 spin, of course, in two different places on his wrist. Then he can do a dice roll movement here, and then a scratch at a wall movement, just by swiveling this around and playing with it a little. You can do that with both hands. This is not restricted by the sculpted watch, not restricted at all. And then we're moving up to his head. I'm going to take the head off for that. Can do a full 360, can move back quite a bit, and then down quite a bit. I mean, great head movement, got good pivot here. And the hat doesn't restrict anything, I just took that off so it doesn't go shooting off behind my little desk here. And that's it for articulation, really, I believe. Yeah. I highly suggest this figure. If you guys are looking for a Dale figure and you don't want to make your own custom, I guess this is like the only figure that you could get anyway. But let's see. This is a test I do with all my figures. It's a Jurassic Park vehicle, and the figures of The Walking Dead are within the same similar scale as the Jurassic Park figures. So let's see if he can sit in the Jurassic Park vehicle. Yeah, he can sit in the Jurassic Park vehicle. Not completely, but enough to where you could believe that he's driving it. He kind of reminds me of the old guy from Jurassic Park, you know, the park owner. Yeah, kind of does. And here he is side by side with another old guy character. I don't remember too many scenes with these guys having dialogue together or anything, but they really seem like they would have been best friends or something, because they're both judgmental jerks. But Herschel's really cooler. He's the man. Anyway, let's put all the accessories on him here. The hat. The hat fits on very nicely, very tight. And the rifle does not really go into his hand too well, so yeah. So I'm just going to strap it over his shoulder. And yeah, he is just the best figure I've reviewed so far, really. I gotta say, he's really great. I can't wait to see if the Rick outdoes him. So look forward to that review. I'm going to be reviewing him next, and then hopefully Morgan sometime in the future once I get my cashola in. You know, some scratch. I'll see you guys in the next video, but first, if you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share it too, why not? If you didn't like the video, then please like, comment, share, and subscribe, because it wouldn't kill you to like, comment, share, and subscribe for like any reason. So, here's your figure, here's your review. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you. Bye.